Andrew Tucker, and welcome to Andrew Tucker World. What's going on, all my great people? What's going on, all my boxing fans? I just want to apologize to all of my subscribers, all of my fans, all of my subscribers. Sorry I couldn't go live this past Saturday for both fights. Um, the Jaime Munguia versus Gabriel Rosado, and also David Benavidez fight. I forget the name of his opponent. Um, but I'm gonna just start off with saying that it was good fights, this past Saturday, and I'm sorry I wasn't able to go live. So I just want to apologize to all of my subscribers and all of my fans. Much love and respect to you guys. I apologize. Trust me, live streams is coming. I will be going live for some up and coming fights, so don't worry. Especially this Saturday for the Sean Porter versus Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford versus Sean Porter fight. I will go live, do live commentary. Don't worry about that. But I just want to talk about real quick. I just want to get into the fights. Jaime Munguia is a very tough, very dangerous boxer puncher. He went up against a very experienced veteran. This is the type of fight that was the type of fight he needed to see where he's at. Um, we know we know Gabriel Rosado has been in there with some very skilled elite level fighters, experienced veterans like himself, and been in there and have the experience as a veteran, a very tough fighter, a very good inside fighter, can box on the outside, not too bad at boxing on the outside. Uh, he's also a slugger, you know what I mean? He's also a technical brawler, somewhat of a boxer puncher. So, I knew that that was the type of fight that Jaime Munguia needed. A fighter that was going to make him dig down deep, that was going to push him, that was going to challenge him, that was going to make it a very competitive and very challenging fight, that was going to make him dig down deep, that was going to bring out the best in Jaime Munguia, which Gabriel Rosado was able to do that. He most definitely was able to bring out the best in Jaime Munguia. He was able to make him dig down deep, and we got to see how Jaime Munguia was able to deal with that type of style, and he did good. Gabriel Rosado landed off a couple of good big power shots. He was able to box a little bit, stay and make it a war with him at times, and he landed a few good power shots. And but Jaime Munguia with the combinations. Jaime Munguia was digging out to the body, going back upstairs to the head, mixing up his punches very well. A lot of punches were being blocked, but a lot of punches were landing, and just the ferociousness, the aggressiveness, the combinations, the way he was the way he was able to like stay right there in the pocket and bang it out and make it a war, and at times, just make it. The fight was just really entertaining. It was at times you know, he was just displaying some beautiful boxing and just, fighting, doing it good on the inside. At times, he was just loading up on big shots with the combinations, with the hand speed. Jaime Munguia, to me as a fighter, has improved. Uh, he has improved. He showed a lot of heart, determination. The same for Gabriel Rosado, showed a lot of heart and determination, came to fight, didn't come to lay down, came to press the attack and make it a war. Gabriel Rosado at times, he was taking some big shots. Jaime Munguia at times was very explosive. You know what I'm saying? The explosiveness, the ferociousness, the grit, the toughness of both fighters was just amazing. And it made it a great fight. But, just the hand speed and the power of Jaime Munguia, he was able to hurt Gabriel Rosado a few times. Gabriel Rosado seemed, it was some big shots that seemed that got the attention of Jaime Munguia, but he was never hurt. I didn't see him hurt. I didn't see him, I didn't see him stunning or nothing like that in the fight, but it was just a great fight. And much respect to both warriors, both gladiators. Jaime Munguia has improved as a fighter. He's improved. He's worked on some things. He's started to slowly transform into an elite level, complete fighter. You know what I mean? And so that was a step up fight for him against an experienced veteran with that type of style. It was another. You could say Saddam Ali was the step up fight, but I could say against Gabriel Rosado, with the fighters he have been in there with, the experienced veterans, the experienced fighters, elite level fighters, you can say that Gabriel Rosado was the true test, and Jaime Munguia was able to pass that test. So now with David Benavidez, you know, uh, he showed hand speed, he showed power, he showed hand speed. Okay, Auntie, see y'all later. Love y'all. He showed hand speed, he showed power, he showed the fast combinations, he showed the ferociousness, he showed the explosiveness, he showed, that he's a very dangerous, he showed that he's a very dangerous boxer puncher, you know, and he showed that he's a technical brawler, a very dangerous boxer puncher, a technical brawler. He showed that he's very dangerous. He showed that he's very skilled as well. He showed that he's very smart. And his opponent was a gainer opponent. I'm talking about David Benavidez. His opponent was a gainer opponent, came to fight, showed a lot of heart, determination. Well, at times was letting his hands go, fighting back, trying to make it a war with David Benavidez. But honestly, David Benavidez, the hand speed, the counter punching, the combinations and the hand speed and the power was too much that he was able to get a third round TKO over his opponent. The thing is, what I saw looking at the fight with David Benavidez, like, he's a good fighter. He's a good fighter. Honestly, I would love to see him against Canelo Alvarez next. I would love for that to be the next fight. I would love, to see him step in there. What I mean? Some people probably going to say, well, he maybe need a few more fights, against tougher opposition, against top-level fighters, that's going to really challenge him, that's going to really push him, that's going to really test him. I can agree with that. You know what I'm saying? But I feel David Benavidez is right now, or he's ready. Even at the age, he's ready with the experience. He's ready. He's been in against some tough fighters already. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Dirrell. Anthony Dirrell was that first step up fight for David Benavidez, and it was a step up fight, and he was able to pass that test. Anthony Dirrell is a great fighter. You know what I'm saying? Experienced veteran. You know what I'm saying? Former, I believe, former two-time champion. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken. So he that was an experienced fight for him. And honestly, that was, learning, a learning experience, but he was able to pass that test. It was a step-up fight, and I think that Canelo is a major, huge test for him. I don't see David Benavidez beating Canelo Alvarez, honestly. I don't see him. I think if that is the next fight for Canelo Alvarez, I got Canelo Alvarez winning, maybe a unanimous decision, or maybe like a 10th, or maybe 11th round, or maybe 9th or 10th or 11th round stoppage, or a unanimous decision. Can the fight be close? Yes, the fight somewhat can be close, somewhat like 7-5 for Canelo. David Benavidez is going to be busy. He's going to let his hands go. He's going to make it a war. But Canelo is, to me, is the better skilled fighter with the experience, and he's on the elite level. David Benavidez, a few more fights, he's there, but he's a good fighter. He's a monster. I love the kid. He's a monster, but he's not yet on the level of Canelo Alvarez. And just like Caleb Plant was able to, and I know people are going to say, well, David Benavidez has power. He has knockout power. He has punching power. Yes, he's a big puncher, but Canelo possesses a lot of things that allow him to be on that elite level in the experience and everything that Canelo is able to do. The ring generalship, the ring IQ is just slightly on another level from a David Benavidez, and he showed that against Caleb Plant. Even Caleb Plant gives David Benavidez a tough fight, a tough fight. Stylistically, styles make fights. Stylistically, even the Caleb Plant that just was stopped, and in a very good fight with Canelo Alvarez, he was stopped against the pound for pound king. And the same with David Benavidez. I don't think he's ready yet. I don't think, in a way, he's kind of like ready for that type of fight. Maybe a few more fights. But if he step in the ring, I would want to see these guys fight. It would be a great fight, and I just favor Canelo Alvarez with a late round stoppage or a unanimous decision. I'm not saying that David Benavidez can't win. You never know when the two fighters step in the ring. We could be in for a surprise. We can be in for an upset, but you never know. But I just feel that the experience of Canelo is a little too much for any fighter at 168, and I believe he beats every fighter at 175 of the top guys. Very challenging and competitive fights, but I don't see no one at 168 or 175 beating Canelo Alvarez. Just my opinion. Andrew Tucker World. I got more live streams coming, more videos is coming. Love you guys, much love and respect, and I'm out.